Climate change is both naturally occurring and man-induced. Natural climate change is caused by interactions between the atmosphere, the ocean, land, and the amount of solar radiation reaching the Earth. Man-made climate change is caused by burning fossil fuels, like oil, coal, and natural gases.
We've known about this for decades, for over half a century. Try to have a conversation with anyone about climate change, people just tune out.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Climate change.
And the problem seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. The truth is, the more I've learned about this issue and everything that contributes to the problem, the more I realize how much I don't know.
Oh my God! Look at how violent that is.
Paradise that has been degraded and destroyed. We're knowingly doing this. I just want to know how far we've gone and if there's anything we can do to stop it. The US has been the biggest emitter of greenhouse gases in history.
Examples of climate change causes include respiratory allergies, asthma, malaria, West Nile virus, cardiovascular failure, mental health impacts, malnutrition, cholera, encephalitis, and other injuries. More vulnerable groups like the young, pregnant, sick, and elderly will be at a higher risk of developing these health-related issues due to their compromised immune systems. But don't think just because you don't fall under one of these categories that you aren't at risk. Scientists predict that warmer temperatures from climate change will increase the frequency of days with unhealthy levels of ground-level ozone, a component in smog. This will lead to a decrease in respiratory health and a decrease in lung function. Climate change could lead to longer pollen seasons, affecting those who suffer from hay fever and asthma. The spring seasons in the U.S. are already occurring earlier and longer. This will only continue to increase as the temperature continues to rise, which would increase the prevalence of allergies and asthma. Ticks are known to spread several diseases, such as Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and relapse fever being the most serious. Mosquitoes are known to spread diseases such as malaria, West Nile virus, elephantitis, dengue fever, and yellow fever. Climate change may lead to a decrease in water quality. Warmer weather leads to a decrease in snowfall and an increase in rainfall. Water temperatures begin to rise, as well as water levels in bodies of fresh water. Increase in rainfall leads to flooding, in which sediment and runoff is spread through the bodies of water. The rising water temperature, flooding, and runoff of contaminants contribute to the decrease in our water quality. A lack of crops can also result in the lack of animals for food. Without a large amount of crops that it takes to sustain a population of animals, such as cattle or chickens, farmers cannot feed all their animals properly. Climate change affects humans both mentally and physically. Mentally, climate change can cause or increase stress, depression, or anxiety. Physically, climate change can cause or impact allergies, heart illness, or increase exposure to waterborne illnesses. Climate change will increase heat-related deaths in the U.S. Increasing temperatures and variable precipitation due to climate change are likely to decrease production of staple foods. Flooding can transmit communicable diseases, including waterborne diseases such as typhoid fever, cholera, and hepatitis A, as well as vector-borne diseases including malaria, dengue hemorrhagic fever, yellow fever, or West Nile fever. Climate change affects clean air, safe drinking water, sufficient food, and secure shelters. According to the World Health Organization, climate change is expected to cause about 250,000 additional deaths per year between the year 2030 and 2050. These deaths will be due to heat, diarrhea, malaria, and childhood undernutrition. By now you may be wondering, what can I do? I'm only one person. However, there are a lot of things you can do to help the environment and reduce the risk of health-related illnesses due to climate change. Some of these behavior changes include turning off lights after you leave a room, carpooling, switching to reusable water bottles, walking whenever possible, or even joining an environmental organization. The possibilities are endless. The more people who make these eco-friendly behavior changes, the greater the impact. The time to take action is now. No one is immune to climate change. It affects all of us.